Hi everybody, I hope that you are having a lovely week. So today we are going to focus on the process of letting go, but from a different perspective. So if you are in the path of healing, in the path of self-awareness, in the path of trying to know yourself better, we all know that one of the healthiest things to do is to let go, and you can let go through some processes. But what I'm going to be talking today is the why you can't let go, because I think that we are not being enough comprehensive and understanding with ourselves and with everybody. And then it's very easy to tell people, oh, you know what, you should just forget the past and just move on. And well, don't you think that if they knew how to do it, they would have done it already? And this applies as well to you, because I'm sure that there are things that maybe you are not conscious of, or maybe you are, that you are unable to let go. And I'm going to tell you why. And maybe after this, you are going to see things from a different perspective. And maybe you are going to even feel compassion for yourself and for the rest of people. Okay, so what happens? And I'm going to use this ice cube tray, okay? I hope that you can see it. This is what I thought that would be useful for today. So, okay, all of us are born into these bodies. So I want you to imagine that we all have, you know, something like this within us. That it's not exactly like this, but I'll try to explain this so that we get to the point. So we have all these empty spaces. Okay, so this is us. And what happens? So imagine that you all of a sudden, as a baby or as a child, or even like from within your mom's womb, you are actually perceiving, you know, things that are outside. You are perceiving your mom's feelings. And let's say that maybe she's feeling stress. Okay, so this stress, this energy is not going anywhere. You are feeling this and you are actually absorbing this into you. Your cells are doing this for you. Okay, so imagine that this stress is actually represented by a small stone, like a really small stone, like the sand in the beach. Okay, so these small stones, and one of them representing that situation within your mom's womb has the green color, and it just pops into one of these boxes, okay? So it's just here. And then you keep growing, then you are a baby, and then all of a sudden you are experiencing a situation where your mom and dad are having an argument, and then you are feeling whatever your body's feeling, maybe fear, maybe, because it starts with physical sensations. You know, you can make sense of this. You are a baby. This goes as well here. This doesn't go anywhere. So let's imagine that in this case, the fear of feeling, you know, or maybe insecurity, it has the red color. So it goes inside another of these boxes, okay, like red. A small stone, red here. And then you keep growing. So you are going to have all these situations. For example, like your mom doesn't feed you when you are feeling like you want to be fed, okay? Maybe the sensation or the emotion is frustration and your body is tense. This goes as well here. I don't know, blue color, another piece, another small stone in another of these wee boxes. And then you are 2 years old, and then your auntie is screaming at you because maybe you shouldn't touch, you know, something, but you still don't understand what's going on. And then you all of a sudden want to cry, and you are feeling powerless. right, again, that feeling, that energy, that consciousness, not going anywhere. So you are accumulating this as well. In this case, this is going to be yellow. And then you are going to keep having all these experiences. I don't know, like people with a lot of trauma. So they have been living lots of situations with really intense emotions over and over and over and over. So I want to point this out because we are going to be talking about traumas as well. And we know that traumas could be something really, really dramatic. I don't know, there's a fire at home when you are 4 years old and maybe you lose your dad because of the fire. Like, this is huge. But it could also be that your mom has left for a few minutes, you in one room, she hasn't given you any explanation of why, and you all of a sudden are feeling alone, and maybe you are feeling abandoned. So this is again another type of trauma. But what I'm getting here is that through your life experiences, especially during your childhood, you have left lots of situations that you haven't been able to make sense of. And they are all within your body because your body, your cells have been with you all that time. They are witnesses of everything. You can't hide anything from your body. And it's in your subconscious mind as well. Why? Because you couldn't make sense of this. So it's just there, and it's this energy that is going to keep playing out in your adulthood. So, but getting back to the experiences, what I'm trying to get at is that maybe someone with a nice home, well, we know that all of us have had something, even if the home was apparently very peaceful, etc. There were things anyway. And so you have lived all these situations, and all of these uncomfortable, negative, situations that you have left have become these small stones with different colors, just accumulating in one of these spaces. And if the same type of emotion, I don't know, frustration, and has been present with some situations that you have left, it means, let's say that it has a yellow color, frustration, okay? And let's say it's this first one here. You won't only have one yellow stone in this square. You will have maybe 10, okay? So 10 of them, but obviously this is only for the sake of explaining this. This actually it's a lot higher, the numbers are a lot higher. But just for the sake of this example, so that all of us can be on the same page. So 10 of them, and then, I don't know, maybe you have felt sadness lots of times, I don't know, 50 times. So, and sadness is green color or purple color. So in this other square, there's going to be sadness. So, 30, 50 purple small stones representing that. And this could be for someone who more or less has had decent, well, I don't know if decent, but peaceful or quite peaceful childhood and, babyhood, etc. For someone who has lived lots of trauma, and let's say that this person has been beaten by, I don't know, his dad or her mom, it doesn't matter, and this person has been experiencing fear, powerlessness, well, all this is accumulating here. So in comparison, someone who hasn't had all this trauma probably is going to have this, I don't know, half empty, and someone else with a lot of trauma is going to have this full or nearly full with lots of colors, with lots of stones, all of them representing, you know, all these uncomfortable or negative emotions and situations, because all of them have memories and thoughts and feelings attached to them, okay? Now, when someone is actually in the healing process, or they go to therapy, or they all of a sudden have a realization, and they actually awaken one of these parts, let's say the fear one, okay, which could be this one, and in the fear they have 100 small stones, 100, and the color could be black, okay, so they have 100 of them, and because of a healing session or because of a realization, and they are picking up on that, they are realizing that they had experienced that situation in their childhood when they were 1 year old or 2 years old, and they felt fear, and because all of a sudden that memory which was in the subconscious mind is brought to the conscious mind, they are aware of this, and now organically they can release that, emotion, and they actually have to talk about that past because this is what came up. So understanding this, I hope that you realize that because you have 100 small stones in this first square, you won't be able to release all of them at once. Okay, this could happen, but because it has taken some time to get to 100, it usually means that it's going to take some time as well to release all of them. So maybe with one realization, you are going to be able naturally to release 5 stones. I don't want to be, dramatic here, but 5, 10, let's say 10, okay? So you can release 10. Well, there are still all these layers, so you still have 90 more stones to release, okay? Because they are here with you. They want to be seen and felt by you. So when someone, or maybe you are doing this with yourself, is telling you, oh, now that you know, let's move forward, forget about the past, and live your life happily ever after. I want you to understand that because this is full, you actually can't do it. It's literally impossible. You can't do it. You can't forget the past. You can't all of a sudden heal, because all this is still here. And remember, it's not only fear, the black stones, it's like frustration and abandonment and anger and disappointment. Like all of them are here, all of them are with you, but I'm just utilizing this so that we can understand what's going on. So with one session that you have with someone, yes, maybe sometimes you really are able to fully release everything from the root cause, and it could come from the transgenerational part, but most of us, or for most of us, this is not going to happen. So I'm saying this as well because if you happen to be a friend of someone or a family member of someone who is actually being brave enough to want to have a look to what's here and to what it wants to be seen and felt, and this person is going through this process, through this personal evolution and spiritual awareness and awareness of himself and or herself, please be more compassionate and don't tell that person, yeah, forget the past, or you know what, this conversation is being tiring, because you have had, I don't know, 2 or 3 sessions and you are talking about the past, and the past is the past, just let it go etc., etc. I want you to remember this because this person is unable to let go. Unable. Even if this person puts all her will or all his will in really wanting to release that all at once and forget the past and let go and move on, it's impossible. Utilize your logic. It's impossible. Unless someone, or for whatever reason, a door would open from here and this person was able to empty all this, this is going to take some time, okay? Some time. And it also depends on which, the consciousness that this person has, because life, the universe, your higher self, source, is going to bring you things to your own pace so that you can fully understand what's going on. You can fully integrate what's going on. It doesn't want you to rush in the process because it will be for nothing. So it really is interested in you fully learning and not learning, just seeing, just acknowledging, just feeling. And this is because you want this for yourself. So you came here with this empty. Again, it's not exactly like this, okay? But just for the sake of this, you came with this empty, okay? Meaning that this was completely you, fully you, exactly how you are. And through life, through experiences, through maybe the spiritual side, through soul contracts, you have been putting things consciously or unconsciously here, okay? So what you want to do is to be you, is to be this which came when you were born. You just want to be fully you and to fully love yourself and to fully accept yourself, okay? And in order to do that, what is it that you need to do? You need to have a look at all this, and you need to feel all this, and you need to acknowledge all this. And this is going to take some time, maybe not for everybody, but for most of us, this is going to take some time. So please be patient with yourself, because this represents just layers. So this means that if you happen to be working on whatever, and this whatever has to do with fear emotion, the beginning it's going to be probably very, very difficult to get into that and to feel that. Then it gets easier, but it doesn't mean that once you have felt 5 or 10% of this, that the whole thing is going to go away. It won't. There are other things, there are other 90 small stones that you need to pay attention to, okay? And maybe when you pay attention to the fear, you know, maybe anger is going to get better as well, because maybe anger and fear were present in that same situation in that moment in time. So one thing is going to be helping the other one, okay? But remember, you have this full or getting full, and or maybe one of these is like so full and another one of them is like quite empty. It depends on what you have left. But getting back to people with trauma, guys, you need to be really, really patient and understanding with yourselves, and people around people with a lot of trauma should be this way as well, because it's not the same to have 20 stones, you know, in general, than to have 1,000. Can you get that? It's not the same. So this person probably is going to take more time than someone else. And if it's you, the one going through this healing process, again, be patient with yourself, and you are going to feel one layer, and then some other day you are going to feel another and another and another regarding the same type of emotions, okay? Because this is the process of life, and this is what you are asking to yourself to do in this life time, okay? So I hope that I could clarify this and this could be helpful for all of you. So I hope that you have a nice week, and if you have any question, guys, just write it below and I'll answer as soon as I can. I hope that this was helpful, and I'm sending you a really big hug. I love you.